before you say anything, no, it's just bunching out. It's not an ascot. And 2, this is white. This is off-white. So no, I'm not wearing white on white, all right? Just come. Yellow, my little filmer dudes. Thank you for joining me on my journey to watch every TV show ever. Not really, but we did get close in 2024. Welcome. The credit goes to Austin Burke because he had this idea of honorable mentions for movies because he's seen so many good movies and I've seen so many good TV, and these are 16 TV shows that I would totally recommend still that did not make my top 10. And some of these might be actually on your list that should have been in my top 30. But again, there was top 30, so it was a big list. I gave range. So these ratings are gonna range from 8.7 all the way to 9.2, and we are gonna start with the 8.7s and go down / up, the good to the better. That's where we're gonna say it, to the good to the better. So starting us off, we have Batman the Caped Crusader season 1. Now I've not watched all of the Batman the animated series in its entirety, but I have seen a few episodes, a good chunk of them growing up and into adulthood, but it wasn't really my thing. Batman's not really my thing. I know, I'm sorry. I just think that he's kind of a little too ridiculous as a concept, as a character. It's a writing issue. It's nothing other than that. But however, classic Batman's great. Batman now, not so much. Batman Caped Crusader, however, is good. It's a soft good. It definitely needs one more season to find its footing, but I enjoyed the nostalgic vibes that you get from watching the Caped Crusader. And I even liked the Penguin's gender swap. I thought that was a pretty darn good idea. Harley Quinn though, no, that was not good. And then Avatar The Last Airbender season 1, the live action version. Now don't get me wrong, I was skeptical about this show before it came out. We all heard those awful rumors about Avatar taking place in a modern day high school and that Aang was gonna suddenly wake up one day having powers and he's not sure how he's gonna handle his new life. It was bad. Sorry, I'm allergic bullshit. However, those were just rumors. They were not true. And what we ended up getting was an incredibly accurate 8-hour adaptation of the entirety of season 1 of The Last Airbender. And it was impressive. Sure, they pulled some things from season 2 needlessly, omitted some fluff and circumstances, and changed certain characters' progression from their original story arc, though I kind of think what they did work. But the overall consensus was overwhelmingly positive, so much so that they 2 more seasons, season 2 and 3. 2 and 3, which is a smart move because these cast members are gonna grow up fast. That also means I don't have to wait that long for more Avatar content. So I'm fully okay with this. And then we have Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at 8.8, and I do have a video review on this so you can check that out, but I really love this show. It was surprisingly good up until the second half, which feels more like a second season to me, and it's still good, but the repeated format, it just wasn't fun. An immediate second time around, I'll be honest, it's still good and fun. I would say just skip the second half if you don't want to, or just watch the first half and then wait like maybe a week for the second half. That's what I would do. That's what I recommend. Then I think you would be able to digest it better. I do that. Then we have Hazbin Hotel at an 8.8. Another video review available for you. Hazbin Hotel isn't gonna jive with everyone, and it really shouldn't jive with me, but I do love dark comedy and interesting twists and lore galore. And as someone who grew up Christian and conservative, I wasn't upset by this because it wasn't saying that this is how things are. It's a different story, trying to be about different things. It's just about demons trying to rehabilitate other demons so they have a chance in heaven. I don't see anything wrong with that. Plus electro swing galore throughout the music. Oh my goodness, I loved it. It was so good. Can't wait for season 2, which I think is coming out this year. Then we have Skeleton Crew. There's only been 5 episodes to have been released so far. We are still waiting on 2 more. I don't really know, but the point is it's not fully out yet. It's not fully concluded, so it could go haywire from here. I mean, I liked Star Wars The Acolyte. Episodes 1 through 6 I thought were phenomenal, but then episode 7 happened and the floor just collapsed from under them. So who knows, that could happen with the Skeleton Crew, but I am enjoying it so far. I love the Goonies vibe. I love that this is a show that I can show my children when I do have children. And this is a good starting point for kids for Star Wars. I think it's amazing. That's why I give it like an 8.9, just because they could do some things a little bit better, or they could tighten up some things. Prevents me from giving it a full 9, a full A. Episodes are not over. We'll see. Then we have Not Dead Yet season 2. Oh man, Not Dead Yet starring Gina Carano. It was a fun little sitcom. It got canceled way too early. But I mean, I didn't think it was gonna survive past 3 seasons. I just was kind of surprised it didn't survive past 2 seasons. It had that early 2020s sense that though I love those 2020s sitcoms, people did not. Mainly because there's not really an overarching mystery or overarching story that pulls people along. It's just, we're just watching a day in life and people don't necessarily enjoy those. However, I liked it. And then we have Girls5Eva. Listen, I love Girls5Eva. I knew it was on Peacock for the longest time and it was on my watch list, but it wasn't until Netflix saved the show because apparently it was canceled at Peacock. So what I did was I went to go watch the first 2 seasons on Peacock and then I went to Netflix to watch season 3. And you know what? Season 3 is not the best season. It's not my favorite season, honestly, but it really does have some of the best songs that we have gotten. And let me just spotlight some of my favorite songs throughout all 3 seasons. BPE, New York Lonely Boy, and New York City Moms, Famous 5Eva, At the Beep, and my all-time favorite, Dawn Song of Fears, I'm Afraid. That song, that scene, it is so freaking funny. And I mean, I'm a dude, but like I still relate to Dawn and how she felt as a creative, as just a person who cares for other people. It was so funny. But see, again, season 3, it needed a little bit more. Did it need its 2 extra episodes? I think so. They gave it 6 episodes opposed to 8. You can't just do that, Netflix. You can't just do that. And then Dream Productions. Oh my gosh, y'all. Like, I absolutely love the Inside Out franchise. So when Dream Productions was released, I was right there. So excited for the show. Some people were kind of groaning. They didn't really want it. I wanted it. Plus, this was such a quick watch. It's only 4 episodes, 4 half-hour episodes. Is it half hour? Yeah, 4 half-hour episodes. And honestly, you don't really need more than these 4 to tell this small, concrete story. It feels so good. It's like a little mini movie. It really is a mini movie, and I liked it, especially because it's in the style of a mockumentary. A mockumentary in Inside Out. Yes, please. Yes. That's genius. And not just that, but a mockumentary about dreams, essentially filmmaking, dream making, dream productions. I thought that was genius. Finally, there's another show that I can show my child that introduces them to the world of filmmaking, of storytelling, of writing. And I think it's awesome. This is such a great introduction for that. And it's great because it's Inside Out. It's the franchise. I grew up with Toy Story, but Inside Out is like my franchise at this point, even though like I saw it when I was like older teen, but I related with Riley instantly. We're not going to talk about Inside Out 2. We're going to talk about Dream Production. But the point is, I love Inside Out as a franchise, and I love that this is now part of that franchise. And I hope to go to the parks and to see a little Dream Production section because, oh my God, slight spoilies. I'm going to talk about the ending, something that blew my mind away. I'm not going to give you spoilers, but it's slight spoilies. At the very end, Dawn was holding a core memory, and this is a core memory that she helped create because of her dream, the dream that she created. Because in the show, dreams eventually fade, even the awesome ones eventually fade. Yet Dawn was now holding something that she had a hand in creating, something that won't ever disappear, a core memory, a literal dream come true. Oh my God, I absolutely love it. I mean, I should give it a lot more, but I'm just gonna give it a 9. It is so good. Next, we have Percy Jackson and Olympians season 1. Honestly, the pacing is very off and it's very fast. I kind of wish that the season was at least 10 episodes or maybe even 12 episodes just to have that breathing room that we definitely need for the characters to have those downtime moments. The show doesn't really have any downtime moments, and it's fine. Kind of, not really, because otherwise it would have gotten more than just a 9. A lot of the things are just, if you know, you know, like Luke being the best swordsman in Camp Half-Blood, at least that reveal. The rest of the show was awesome. And honestly, I can think about it this way. I can either say, I'm gonna be upset that we got this show, or I'm gonna enjoy the fact that we got pretty stinking accurate to the source material, barring a few things, just a couple, and just be happy with it, because those are our two options. And I'm gonna choose to be happy because it is a phenomenal show. Leah is Annabeth. Arian is the perfect Grover man. My only nitpick, Walker Scoville should have dyed his hair black. I'm just saying, it could have been done. It could have been easily done, but it's fine. I do think that he makes a great Percy Jackson, and I cannot wait for season 2. They're right there. Do you see those books? Do you see those books? Those are the only books I own. They're right there. Those are the Percy Jackson series, plus more. Oh my God, I love them. And now we have Animal Control Season 2. Now, I don't know if they heard me talking about Animal Control Season 1 last year, but I mentioned that they definitely needed to up their game for Season 2. Otherwise, they wouldn't really survive for Season 3. And they listened! Animal Control stepped up their game in all of the areas that I had mentioned. They just needed to add more animal control work and to work on character developments and committing to the jokes rather than having safe versions of these jokes. You either gotta go there or you don't. And they went there this season. It is so funny. The payoffs were great. I saw their potential and look at them now. Season 3 is right around the corner and I'm so happy, man. Oh, so happy. And it stars Joel McHale. Enough said. And then we have What We Do in the Shadows Season 6. And honestly, I was actually kind of upset with Season 5, and I think Season 5 might have actually kind of ruined this show for me, to be honest. I know, but without spoilers, I felt like my time was, the first 4 seasons was a little wasted towards the end of Season 5, and though Season 6 was really good, picking up where Season 5 left off and trying to do something new, and though it leave something up in the air where I'm like, hold up, they don't have time to address things because it's only 11 episodes, but it's just the ending was so close to losing me entirely. I was kind of mad, but then they pulled out at the last second.
That's what she said. Or he said.
And it's a satisfactory ending. Not satisfying, satisfactory ending. Then we have Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Yo, I was so afraid that this show was going to botch the original, was going to tarnish the name of Wizards of Waverly Place. But it did not. In fact, if you've watched all of Wizards of Waverly Place, this new show will hit all of those correct nostalgia notes for you. It did for me. This new young cast brings their A game, and I absolutely love Roman Russo. He's a tiny Justin and it's hilarious, and that's really interesting because I actually hated Justin growing up. Alex was my girl. I loved Alex, related with her, and Max as well, but Justin didn't really care for him too much. But the fact that Roman's so funny in this show. He's so freaking funny. It's great. In any case, the Wizards Beyond Waverly Place introduces a mystery as well that is definitely handled by the Disney Channel, if you know what I mean. But overall, it's a solid start to a solid sequel series. And then Will Trent Season 2, and Will Trent Season 2 also improved from Season 1 to Season 2. It got a little less chaotically dark, which I appreciated, and it felt more mature in its tackling really hard issues that detectives face all of the time. I think it was done really, really well this season opposed to Season 1. We also got to see more development on the other detectives, which was really nice as we got to place a backstory with faces. But the finale, they landed us. And I could not believe, my mind was blown away. I mean, I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we're not talking about Will Trent enough. Will Trent is not being discussed amongst the internet, and here's my deed. Here's my deed for you. Go watch Will Trent. It is good. Season 3 is coming out so soon, and I am so excited. Then we have KAOS. Interestingly, whenever Netflix releases a show like KAOS or Obliterated, I have no idea why, but people hate them. Evidently, KAOS and Obliterated are both homophobic, which is highly incorrect, mind you. And I don't want to say it, but honestly, just look at the characters that were chosen to be LGTB within the show, and then look at the complaints, at least who are making the complaints. Just saying, The demographics speak for themselves. And I can comment on both of these because I qualify for both. So shut it! I think that both of these shows were awesome and fun, and they were both canceled way too early. It could be because of my love for the Greek mythology, the Greek lore, and KAOS was a super interesting modern take on famous stories. I liked it. Plus, Hera wearing the black and blue, gold and white dress, the dress. I've never seen anything that makes more sense. Then we have No Good Deed. I actually enjoyed this show a lot. It has some writing issues that you definitely feel, but I admit they did a good job at keeping the mystery going until the end, though it's just a tad obvious-ish. Yeah, I didn't get it until maybe towards the end of the series, and that's kudos. Again, I'm a mystery person, and if you can get me, you can get me. Good job on you, but like, you gotta be good. You can't be like Death and Other Details where you just have everything in there and try to intentionally not tell people like what the mystery is, and then you reveal the mystery at the end. That's not how you do things. The final execution in No Good Deed, however, could have been a little stronger, but I do understand how, because it is a very dicey subject. But without spoilers, I think that this show was great to open up discussions for this particular topic. And it is a spoiler and a reveal for the end, so I can't say, but we can finally put an end to this behavior because of these discussions, I think. And then finally, Crime Scene Kitchen Season 3. Almost made it in my top 30, but I kept watching good shows. I kept pushing the list down, and unfortunately, it did not make the cut. But Crime Scene Kitchen Season 3, though doesn't top Season 2, in my opinion, they did make this season very compelling. They made it harder this time. This time they have way more savory foods than desserts, than sweet desserts, and the contestants had no idea. But was it just me, or did it seem like they intentionally almost made a lot of these clues impossible to figure out? It just seemed baffled to me comparatively to past seasons. I did have a lot of fun this season regardless. Some of the contestant departures got me. They made me cry, as it always does. But still, I think Season 2 is the best Crime Scene Kitchen season of all. Season 1, still fine, but Season 2, peak. Looking forward to the already confirmed Season 4. So that was it. Those were 16 more shows that I recommend that you watch from 2024. Let me know what were your favorites. What are shows that you would recommend? And that wouldn't really necessarily make your top 10, but they would totally make your you gotta watch this. Let me know in the comments below. My social media links are in the description below, and be on the lookout for more end of year videos. I will see you next time. You've just been Montified.